I'm Sidguru. I'm talking about design of experiments in manufacturing. Introduction. Design of experiment. First, we must know about what is experiment. Experiment is a systematic procedure carried out to discover an unknown effect, or as we do in our laboratory, to illustrate a known effect. Design of experiments is uses the statistics or the collection of data in order to minimize the number of experiment. As the number of experiment decreases, the cost for R&D also decreases. Hence, the product or process is in an economical condition. After applying the design of experiments in manufacturing industry, we got to know about the we can identify the important inputs or design variables that is affecting the output or the performance, and we can optimize the product or process design. Optimize. As we identified the important factors, we can neglect the factors which are less influential on the response. By doing this, the product or process can be optimized and achieve robust performance. Robust. It robust indicates the small variation in the output can be adjusted or absorbed by the product or the process. Like small impurities in the material can be adjusted in the product design, and it helps in reduce process variation, rework, rejection, and inspection time. Language of experiment. These all are the terms used in the design of experiment. Factor, level, and result. Factors. Anything that have an influence on the performance of the product, like input, parameters, or ingredients. There are two division in the factors. One is continuous factor, another is discrete factor. Continuous factor has its influence from process start to end, like temperature and time. Discrete factor has influence exists only for short period of time, like material, tool type. Level. Consider temperature as a factor. The status of the temperature within an experiment. As example mentioned here, 200 degrees Celsius and 300 degrees Celsius. There are two levels exist. In a similar way, there may be more levels in the for more factors. Result. Result is a response or the quantity of interest that were or the quantity that are interested in the final, like performance, etc. I have gone through a paper which implemented design of experiments in its industry, and the main aim is to improve the lifetime of a truck tires. And methodology they obtained is PDS cycle, that is plan, do, check, act cycle. I will explain about the plan, do, check, act in a briefly. Plan. In a plan phase, they have obtained several steps. They have gone through several steps. Definition of strategic framework, analysis of current stage of tire consumption, identification of causes which influences the tire deterioration process, execution of screening experiment, design a full factorial experiment. All these things will be explained in further slides. Do. In do phase, it deal with the realization of the experiment. Here mentioned design a full factorial experiment. It is conducted in do phase. For this, they have chosen a route from Košice in Slovakia to the Onest in Ukraine. It's up to 2000 km, and they have conducted 2:4 factorial experiment. The deterioration was measured by the thread depth gauge, which has accuracy of 0.1 mm. In check phase, here they will do analysis of the experiment they were conducted in do phase. Here first they will do what are the factors that is significantly affecting the deterioration of the tires thread, and analysis of those factors and their level of influence, and finally optimization of those factors in order to get the life increase in the improvement in the lifetime of the tires. Act. In previous phases like plan, do, check, they have got the optimal setting values that will be implemented in the act phase. Okay, first plan. In plan phase, first one is strategic framework. Strategic framework was used to describe the limitation and the boundaries to the improvement effort. Like, what are the boundaries? That improvement action cannot have a negative impact on the stakeholder or the fuel consumption or and the truck safety. There should not be any negative impact on the society also and truck safety also, etc. This is the life cycle of a tire in the industry, in the company. First comes is purchase. They have purchased the tire from the suppliers or the manufacturers, and use it for up to its lifetime. After usage, it will be go through a testing. They will measure its performance and its parameters. If all the parameters are met to the standards, then it will be reused or use of tires will once again. Otherwise, tires decommission and recycling. If want to reuse it, the tires retreading will be done. Again, that will be reused. And second in plan phase is analysis of current state. It's an important stage in a plan phase. They have considered the tires used during 2004 to 2009. They have collected tires data from manufacturer A, manufacturer B, and manufacturer C. Life and for the period of 2004 to 2009, the lifetime of all the tires in average. First manufacturer A lifetime in kilometers is 1,13,030, and lifetime of manufacturers B's tires are 1,20,029, and third manufacturer C 1,70,468. After getting all the datas, they have drawn the Pareto analysis for which are causing the replacement of the tires. First is low depth of the tire thread. Second one is first one is tire deterioration. Second one is tire puncture. Third one is rupture or the burst of the part of the tire, and etc. As in the diagram, the first one, low depth of the tire thread or tire deterioration, plays a 60% of the replacement. So in further studies, we'll got to know about it. First is next screening experiment. The factors selected for screening experiment are here. First one is driving technique, tire price, tire inflation, types of tires, truck type, and length of the tire storage. These all are the factors that is affecting the tire replacement or tire deterioration. Levels, there are two levels. After doing experiment, we got to know about the important factor. First one is A, which is showing red here. A, driving technique. B, tire price. And C, tire inflation. And F, truck type. These four factors are mainly affecting the tire deterioration. Hence, after conducting the screening experiment, next step is full factorial design of experiment. In full factorial design of experiment, they will design design of experiments. In here, 2:4 plan is used. Why 2:4 plan is 2? As mentioned here, there are two levels and four main factors obtained, like A, B, C, and G, F. Hence, that is 2:4 will be 16. Hence, 16 experiments will be conducted in order to get the optimized value. Next one is do phase. After plan, the next phase is do. In do, here 16 runs as got from the DOE that will be implemented on the road which has up to 2000 kilometer. And here, after conducting the experiment, the tire thread worn out was measured as a decrease in the depth of the tire threads. The samples of the left and right both tires will be collected after the run. This is the plan of the full factorial design. These are the 16 runs, and these are the four factors like driving technique, tire inflation, price, and truck type. After conducting the design do, the result is in a brief way. But after this result, it's in a proper way, like here in the graph as mentioned in this picture. Based on the figures, it can be claimed that tire inflation has, from all examined factors, most significant impact on the depth of the tire thread. And second result is the parameters that have their optimum values. It was estimated that experienced driver causes approximately 21% of less trial thread or worn than non-experienced one. After plan, do, check phase, there will be act phase. In to act, we need optimal settings. Here we got the optimal settings. That is driving technique, experienced driver, tire inflation 8.3, tire price expensive, truck type trailer. These all the data are being implemented in real time, and again collecting the data, monitoring the improvement, and preparing the background for the further efforts to improve more lifetime of it. Conclusion: presented improvement effort is a typical example of low cost experiment. Whole experiment were conducted from internal source and organization. Does not recognize any extraordinary increase of cost during the length. Experiment identified 3 significant factors and led to implementation of 4 corrective actions, which does not require any additional cost. Thank you.